10 ways how to protect children against sexual abuse. Number 1. Make time to talk with your child every day. Stop what you're doing and really listen. Talk about the good things that happen and the things that worry them. Let them know that they can talk to you at any time and there is nothing so bad that they can't tell you. It is also important they do not keep secrets about things that worry them. Show the child respect, believe and listen to the child or young person, and assure him or her of that. Number 2. Talk with your child about how to be safe. Start from an early age. Talk about what being safe means and what it feels like. Help children to know body signals that tell them when something is wrong or they don't feel safe at all. For example, shaky legs, sweaty palms, and bad butterflies in the tummy. Teach them to name their feelings and to tell you when they feel confused or scared. To only be around people or places where they feel safe. Number 3. Teach your child about his or her body. Teach your child that their whole body is private. It is not okay for others to touch their private parts, those covered by their underwear, or for them to touch others. How to say no or stop in a loud voice to any touching they do not like or want. To tell parents, guardians, teachers, and trusted adults about it straight away. Unwanted touching should never be kept a secret, so they are able to talk about them. To recognize appropriate touching and inappropriate touching. The adults are not always right. Teach them to trust their feelings and not to keep secrets. Explain that while abuse by strangers does happen, most sexual abuse is done by someone a child knows and trusts. Number 4. Build strong boundaries for your children. Have clear boundaries for personal privacy in your home so that children learn this is a normal part of life. This includes noticing and respecting when children do not want physical contact. Some children will say no, and some might pull away from hugs or cuddles. Not making them kiss anyone if they do not want to. They might want to shake hands instead. Giving them privacy in the toilet or shower as long as it's safe. It can be harder for an abuser to harm a child who has good boundaries. Number 5. Create safety networks for your children. Help your child to make a list of adults they feel safe with. They might have up to 5 people they can contact and trust if need be. Review the list often and make sure your child knows how to contact them. And make sure the people are happy to be on your child's safety network. Number 6. Teach children how to be safe in public places. Teach children to avoid risks away from home, including not going off alone, being alert to what's going on around them, running to where you are or to a group of people if a stranger approaches them. If they walk to school, make sure they always walk with others. Keep close to the fences and away from the road, and going to the nearest shop or front yard of a house if they feel scared. If really scared, knock on the door and ask the person to call home, but don't go inside. Always make sure you can see your children when you are at a park or playground, and always go with them to the toilet. Teach children about risky situations rather than the dangerous people. An abuser might not seem scary or could be someone they know. Number 7. Teach children how to be safe online and with phones. The online world is risky for children, and make sure they know how to use the internet and mobile phones safely, including not sharing personal information, understanding that people in chat rooms may not be who they seem, telling you straight away if someone says or sends them something sexual, not agreeing to meet new online friends, not taking photos of themselves to share. the risks of using webcams, and if they get phone calls or text messages that make them confused or scared, make sure they do not respond. Keep the number so you can tell the police if needed. Number 8. Be aware of older people around children. Be concerned if an adult or older child often wants to spend time with young children rather than adults or children their own age. Doesn't respect a child's personal space. They might ask sexual questions or ignore a child when they say no to being kissed, touched, or tickled. Talks about sex or tells sexual jokes in front of children. Shows sexual pictures to children. Talks about a child's developing body and making fun of their private parts, or refers to the children in sexual terms, for example, sexy or seductive. Seeks a special friendship with a child or wants to be alone with them. Tells children to keep secrets. Is too generous with affection or gifts, and shares alcohol or drugs with children. Number 9. Watch out for dangerous situations around children. Some abusers groom children for sexual abuse and build the trust of families so they can access children. They may target vulnerable families by offering help and support. They might target isolated or lonely children who respond well to special attention. Watch how children react to others, and don't make them be around someone they are not comfortable with. Number 10. Look for possible signs of child sexual abuse. Children exposed to sexual attention often change how they behave. They may have physical signs, or they may act in a way that is not usually themselves. They might be red or sore around the mouth or genitals for no obvious reason, seem to know more about sex than is usual for their own age, become more clingy with the bed, or have sleep problems and nightmares. Do drawings which show sexual body parts or being hurt by others. They might also act this out with their toys. Get upset or scared when people talk about bodies or sex. Become withdrawn and compliant, or angry and destructive, hurt themselves or take big risks. Start having problems at school or not wanting to go. Some of these things can be also caused by other things in your child's life. So talk with your child often and don't ignore changes that seem out of character. Child sexual abuse is very damaging. Sexual abuse has a big impact on a child's ability to trust adults and to keep them safe, and to relate to others. They often feel scared, angry, or helpless because they can't control what is happening to them. The child will feel lonely because they can't tell anyone. They may need help to deal with the effects of the abuse. As children become adults, it can affect their intimate relationships and make them feel worthless, anxious, or depressed. Punishment for child sexual abuse. The penalty for child sexual crime in Australia is up to 25 years imprisonment, together with a $442,830 fine. There are petitions to increase the prison terms and the fine for child sex offenders. Child protection is everyone's business. Child sexual abuse can be prevented and stopped. Everyone can make sure that children are safe. People in the community can also report their concerns. It is important to do this even if you think it is not your business or you don't want to get involved. You could stop a child being harmed and help a family get support. If you suspect a child being abused, call the authorities. They keep your details confidential.